Welcome to the podcast, voted one of the best in marketing research in 2019 and 2020, and now designated in 2022 as one of the top research YouTube video sites by FeedSpot. This is Research Business Daily Report, the only daily research news video for the last 10 years, and if I may say so myself, a vehicle that has provided information and news that you just won't see anywhere else. Now, RBDR does rely on viewer support, and we'll hope that you pitch in. We'll tell you how you can do that at the end of today's report. I'm Bob Lederer, in my 27th year as the respected voice in market research. Cloverpop Chief Product Officer Erik Larson blogged on Forbes.com about what he described as market researchers' loss of interest in adding or becoming data scientists, and the belief that market researchers should instead begin to evolve into decision scientists. Persuasively moving that point of view ahead for Larson on this blog is Elyse Kane, a 32-year research veteran executive at Colgate-Palmolive until 2018. At that time, she departed as the VP of Insights and Analytics, and currently she's an adjunct professor at New York's Baruch College. Kane says, quote, market researchers have to transform from insight and recommendation generators to evidence-based decision enablers. And she added that decision makers don't need recommendations, meaning the people running companies, they don't need suggestions either or proposals or advice without urgency, because that's what they really provide. It is decisions they need, and those that are urgent and powerful. Kane reminds market researchers that in general, over the past 20 years, they've done themselves well in shifting from focusing on gathering and analyzing consumer data and to beginning to provide insights and recommendations to business leaders. But to Kane, that movement ahead is not far enough for market researchers, especially because, quote, their generalized insights and recommendations are ignored by decision makers, and listen to this, almost 80% of the time. Kane insists that market researchers have what it takes to become persuasive, and that is in the role of decision scientists. The next logical step for motivated market researchers to take to stop their ongoing slide into irrelevancy and simultaneously to increase their business impact means, quote, applying their skills directly to analyzing and understanding business decisions. And Kane knows some researchers and analytics executives are going to be reluctant to embrace decision-making because they might see it as a step too far for them to take. And yet Kane, who should know about this, asserts that market researchers' two primary skills are a near-perfect match for a decision scientist role. First is their skilled end-to-end evidence-based analysis capability. And second is their skill in communicating in the business environment. Kane also knows from first-person experience that converting market researchers into a decision scientist role is way easier than trying to transition someone else from the company into that role, especially given that the decision scientist position needs to be redefined, and for all their built-in expertise, market researchers will need to see their work as servicing senior-level decision makers. That's going to be a big change because right now they spend as much of more time with junior-level marketers. Kane spotlighted 4 companies where this kind of evolution is already taking place. She identified them as Instagram, Facebook, Best Buy, and Starbucks. Now, aside from relevance, what do market researchers stand to lose if they ignore Kane's idea and don't make the transition? She says only their careers, the stake they have in the future of their departments, and the success of their companies. That's a wrap on today's Research Business Daily Report. As we mentioned at the start of today's RBDR, we hope you'll become one of our supporters because our video series does really need viewer support. Now, we call it an RBDR Patreon supporter. And if you accept that designation, you are willing to provide a monthly contribution, and you decide for yourself what that contribution should be. And you can do that by going to our exclusive crowdfunding platform at patreon.com/RBDR, and literally there you can select whatever level of support makes you comfortable. And whatever that may be, thank you. We hope you have a good research day and that this has been a good research week for you, whether you're doing research or providing it. Have a great upcoming weekend. It's been really cold here in Chicago this week. We're hoping it's going to get better, but not really expecting it quite yet. And that we'll welcome you back here on Monday. And please, over the weekend, please stay safe.